everyone. Today I'm going to be refuting a proposition that one does not need a 4-year college degree to have a high-paying job. The advocate secondary claim states, number one, although small, there is a high percentage of jobs that do not require education higher than a high school diploma. Number two, there is numerous high-paying jobs that require either a 2-year associate or only a high school diploma. And number three, immigrants without a higher education have come to America and have started many businesses. Alright, well, leading into his first secondary claim, he does provide a Georgetown University compiled study that shows that 36% of job openings will not require anything higher than a high school diploma. The speaker fails to provide when the study was taken, what kind of jobs were available, and the missing benefits. Luckily, I was able to find the study at the website at Georgetown University, in which it was taken in 2013. Even though the study is not too old, I was able to find a more recent study from the same university in which they show that the job growth that happens in our country mostly benefits workers with degrees. According to a June 2016 study, 99% of the job growth between 2010 and 2016 went to workers with associate degrees, bachelor's, or graduate degrees. Based on an economy and job projections calculated by Georgetown University in 2018, approximately 63% of jobs will require some college education or degree. And according to SSA government, throughout the U.S. in the 2016 statistic, a person with no degree will earn around $48,000 a year, and a person with at least a bachelor's degree will earn about $65,000 a year, and will increase with the higher degree. This proves if you do not have a continuing education beyond high school, you're most likely not to get a good high-paying job. Also, this shows that yes, there might be more job openings, however, they are not ideal jobs with high incomes and lower chances of progressing, and are more labor or mentally intensive. And leading on to the second point, in which he states there are numerous high-paying jobs that require either a 2-year associate or only a high school diploma. This is flawed due to the fact that these jobs only depend on the economy, in which the level of pay can fluctuate along with the economy. In extreme cases, even lose your jobs if it crashes. Although it is more difficult to get a job after economic downturn rather than a person with a degree, in which they will always have their education to fall back on, making it easier for them to find a job. And an article, the New York Times states, the data reported in a new study by 3 Yale economics shows that a college degree is even more important during a recession, and it demonstrates that during tough economic times, the pay gap widens between people in the scientific and business professions and those in the arts and social sciences. Those who majors in subjects command higher salaries like engineering, finance, increasing their earnings advantage when they graduate into a recession. Another point he forgets to address is one's personal interest of the job. A college degree will not only allow you to get a job, but a career, one that one loves and chooses to do for the rest of their life. Without a college degree, you're very limited to the kinds of jobs you can have. And then finally, leading to his last point, in which he states immigrants without a higher education have come to America and have started many businesses. This point given by the advocate is false, in which only a few immigrants have been able to make wealth in this country. According to the CSI org, of the 465 civilian occupations, only 4 are majority immigrant. These 4 occupations account for less than 1% of the total U.S. workforce. Most common jobs among immigrants are maids, housekeepers, which is 55%, taxi drivers and chauffeurs, 58%, butchers and meat processors, 63%, construction laborers, which is 65%, and etc. These high immigrant occupations are primarily lower wage jobs that require relative little formal education. However, with a degree, one will be able to expand opportunities for a better job due to the skills and knowledge one will acquire in college, in which a college becomes an investment for one's benefit. And leading to my final point, according to the BLS Gov, it is proven that college education has a higher return as an investment. Return on investment is calculated by dividing the gain from investment money earned as a result of a college degree by the cost of investment, the money spent on a college degree. A college degree has a return of 15% per year as an investment, larger than a stock market, which is 6.8, and housing, which is 0.4. For example, if a student spent around $17,000, the average cost for tuition around 2013. For a four-year public university, that student can expect a 15% return of each year. So finally, in conclusion, this proposition has some certain facts that can be proved, but is very vague. And a four-year, in order to be economically stable, having a high-paying job that one loves benefits and allows progression, a four-year college degree is the best option. That's all.
All right, the structural stuff is fine. We know exactly where we are during most of the speech. You label those points as you get to them. On the first point, you basically kind of analyze the statistic they have about the number of jobs that are not going to require a bachelor's degree or higher, and suggest that there are probably limitations about those jobs. You go after the age of the study and suggest a more updated study. I don't know that the data is substantially different, because you say 63% of the jobs are going to require some kind of degree. Well, that 62% or 65%, whatever the number is, I'm doing math in my head in front of people, 37% then don't. So that seems like it's a 1% difference between what the advocate was talking about in 2013 and what you've got in 2016. I think the better argument is the information about the wages that people are going to be paid, or the salaries that they're going to be able to earn, and the notion that the jobs are going to be different, that they're going to be labor intense, and that there's fewer chances for advancement in those arguments. I think that those could be issues that could be developed a little bit more. The difference in what you found on the two studies is minuscule in comparison. The second point, though, I think does do a good job at talking about how your earning potential is influenced by the education level that you have, that there are careers that you're going after. I think that's an important argument, especially you could apply that to that first point later on. I thought that was a little bit underdeveloped, and the last piece of information that you have about the return that you get, to me that seems like it would fit better on that point than on the other point where you have it there at the end. And then on the immigrants claim, I was a little bit confused about the way the statistics are being presented, because you were talking about the number, the percentage of people in particular jobs, and you mentioned maids and taxi drivers and Uber drivers and construction, and I'm going, so are these percentages the total number of percent of people who have the jobs? 55% of them are immigrants. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense, because I started counting up all the percentages and I'm going, well, that's way over 100%, so I'm not sure how this statistic works. It was just a little unclear at first. And then, like I said, the one statistic that you had at the end, I think that would have worked better maybe on your second point. Okay, thank you.